It's a Thursday, and of course, along with the art, we also have tech. And today we've got a very interesting young individual here. Today on Tech, we are joined by Douglas Kenderson. Now, he's the founder CEO of Seller.co. Now, I said Seller.co, and we'll come back to that. It's an online store builder for anyone looking to monetize their knowledge or skill via digital products like ebooks, courses, services, and all the likes. Now, he's had a lot of experience, but I'm going to let him tell us all about it. You are welcome here, Mr. Kenderson. I like that name, by the way, but we'll go with Doug.
Yes.
Doug is fine, yes?
Doug works.
So let's talk about Seller.co.
Okay.
Interesting facts meeting me this morning. You've been running Seller.co for a couple of years now, not just a couple of years.
A long time.
A long time. But let's talk about the beginning. When did you get started exactly?
2016. So interestingly, I had a job in 2016. I was like 19, and I'd seen a lot of people try to sell things to teach people how to do stuff. I think one of the interesting things that I noticed about Nigerians is people actually are always teaching people how to do stuff.
Yeah, every
and
day.
charging people to do stuff.
Even in the bus.
It was just a thing of like, oh, they do this offline, they do this like in a class, but it was happening. And it's a case of, how do you take this online, or how do you do this better? And I'm very happy that we started then.
Okay.
It didn't even reach its full impact from 2016, 2017, 2018. I think we started doing well in 2020. I mean, unfortunately, it happened because of COVID.
Aha, so I was going to get there. But first, before we go on with that narrative, Seller.co provides a platform for people to monetize their talents or monetize what they know and put it out there for people to learn from.
Yeah.
So in forms of, what kind of forms does it take? Ebooks or?
So the thing about digital products is it really can be anything. Mm-hmm. So I've seen ebooks, I've seen worksheets, I have seen Excel financial planners, I have seen checklists. CCME sells a timetable, like a food timetable for Nigerians. And there's so many things that people find value in, and if you know what it is, you could just package it in that way.
This is very interesting.
Okay.
I'm a voiceover artist. I do voiceovers.
Yes.
So if I want to package that talent for people to learn from,
yes,
what do I have to do? What format does it have to take on Seller.co?
I think with voiceover, it would have to be like more audio or video. We have a lot of people that sell courses teaching people how to do this. Now, interestingly, I guess this is a free tip.
Please, go ahead.
I would say what a lot of creators do is they sort of test the market with small trainings.
Okay.
So they do, whether it's virtual trainings, it can be on Zoom. So you could just say, oh, I have a class. It's 50K to learn how to do voiceover work. And they record that class. So they charge for the class is 50K, people pay. And trust me, people will pay because you have the value. And after recording the video from the class, you can cut up those videos and make a course.
Wow.
And you can sell that course and you never have to be physically present to make money again.
You, my friend, are going to have a long discussion with me after this show because you're going to make me some money.
I'm happy to. I'm happy to.
So this is very interesting because I've struggled with that. I've struggled with getting a physical forum together, putting the announcement out there, getting people to register and all of this. So you're saying I can package all of that in little courses, put it on Seller.co, just sit back and watch the money roll in.
Exactly.
Wow.
Without being physically involved every day of your life.
That's fantastic. Now, you mentioned something. You mentioned two things, actually. One, that you were 19 when you put this up 6 years ago, when you started this up 6 years ago. The second one was about the fact that COVID accelerated it. We'll talk about that in a minute. Being 19 and putting out such an interesting body of interesting instrument together. How encouraged were you to do that, being a young person?
I think I'd always just been a laser enterprising at the time. But the beauty of this is, for the first 4 years when I was running Seller, I have had a full-time job. I only quit my full-time job in, I think, the beginning of 2021.
When you started making money from Seller.co?
No, I wasn't even making, I couldn't even pay myself then because the money I was making as a software engineer paid me almost way too much money, and I couldn't pay myself that from the business because it was too much. But at the end of the day, it's a function of, it was a small side project that I was excited about, and I decided to just keep doing it. I guess I never left it because if something wasn't doing sporadically well, especially like in startup culture where so many things, if you're not big in the first 1 year, you're dead.
Yeah.
But this is a thing where the market also had to sort of appreciate and be better, and that has made this industry work.
And then the unfortunate instance of COVID made it fortunate for you. How?
Because nobody could do physical classes anymore.
There you go.
Everybody had to do their trainings online. I mean, I know a lot of like training centers, and we don't even, it's not just trainings. People that do a lot of events, they're like, maybe we should do this online. This will save us a lot of money. And not everybody has landmark center money.
Yeah.
To
Tell me about
set up
it.
a big
13
event.
million.
Yeah.
You know about that, yes.
Sorry.
Well, interestingly, that came to the rescue. So far, if you weren't able to pay yourself back then, right now, are you making the big bucks?
I am making enough to,
Are you make? Let me make it louder. For
Yeah.
people in the back, are you making the big bucks?
we make enough and we are profitable. And I think
Okay.
that's really the important thing for us. We're profitable, we can ensure that everyone is well taken care of, we can build a great product, and the team is happy. And I think that's really all that one could ask.
Are investors flocking to you? I mean, because we've had instances where young people put up apparatus, and then before you know it, foreign buddies actually bought them from off of them. You've worked for one of such people before.
Yeah.
So do you have that eye on you from people who might be investors at this time?
Interestingly, again, in all of my career, I've only worked at companies that have been funded. And I guess that also informed how I viewed what a company needs funding for. Because I've seen people blow funding on like things that don't matter. I've seen people use funding on just very specific things. So at the end of the day, I think I'm very aware that if I have enough money to market my product, to pay my team, that's really enough. And I think investors have asked if I want to like raise money, and I'm not ready yet.
Not ready yet.
I don't even think I want to because I love peace.
I feel you. I feel you. That's fantastic. Now, it's very interesting, this instrument, but how are people embracing it? Are you getting is it easy to embrace? If I'm the guy that sells Google Anakpa, for instance, and I want to train people how to make the best Google Anakpa in the world, is it easy for me to adopt it?
Yes, and I guess yes and no. I think the beauty of this is all you need is a smartphone. And I'm not trying to make this about courses, even though that's, I think, one of the biggest categories of people that sell. But I have people that have made courses with just their smartphone and a tripod. They set it up, because again, it's their knowledge, it's things that they've learned from the work that they know, and they uploaded that. And I think we have a story of like a girl in like uni that also does a hair business, and I think in her first month of sales, she made like 500K. And this is not even about, I guess Nigerians love like money stats, but there are just so many of this and so many ways in which people monetize things that you just would never have thought of.
Wow, okay. Well, at the end, I'd like to ask how big this is going to get.
I mean, I guess our industry is estimated to like 104 billion.
So
if
when
I'm
are you
not
going to
mistaken.
sell?
We are getting there. We are getting there. We are getting there. We are getting
In the
there.
beginning, you said you weren't going to.
I mean,
you love it too much, but now you're getting there. Am I persuading you?
We are getting there because Nigerians are really one of the most enterprising people that I think
Yeah.
I've seen.
True.
They will sell anything and people will buy anything.
True. Well, as long as it's not the Nigerian prince instance, I think let's
Please.
take that.
Yes, please.
Well, listen,
have it.
it has been grand having this conversation with you, Doug.
Thank you, Mazini.
And like I said, we really are going to be having a conversation
Yes,
on
we will.
how we're going to put me on Seller.co
Yes.
with my voiceover courses. So don't be in a hurry to leave, okay?
I will wait.
Well, I'm sure you've learned something out there about Seller.co, and of course you've met Doug here. And if you're interested, you know where to go.